Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The situation in Sudan, as you all know, is escalating. Now, I said earlier that I didn't think it would escalate, or that anyway, I don't think that anyone who was involved in the coup wanted it to escalate. I don't think that was the original intention, but it's gotten out of hand now. Because again, once the guns are drawn, it's hard to put them back in the holsters. Saudi Arabia, and I think with the UAE, sent supplies, weapons to the RSF, and the United States has sent troops to Djibouti to evacuate their staff and their citizens from Sudan. That's allegedly what the troops are there for. You can expect that they might be there for more than that. Egypt is involved, allegedly, on the side of the regime. If I worked for the regime, I would not welcome Egyptian intervention at all, because I wouldn't trust it. They are beholden to the UAE and to Saudi Arabia. Any actions taken by the Egyptian military in Sudan may be done in the name of supporting the regime, but ultimately the impact will be to weaken the regime. They may conduct bombings against the RSF officially, but I would expect that the damage that they're causing will mostly affect the regime. In my opinion, if the UAE and Saudi Arabia want to extricate themselves from this situation and actually de-escalate the situation, then they're going to need to throw RSF under the bus and throw their support behind the regime. Otherwise, this could not only become a proxy war in Sudan between the United States and Russia and China, but it will also inevitably be a proxy war between the United States and Saudi Arabia and the UAE, which the UAE and Saudi Arabia cannot afford to do. The RSF, of course, is going to try to involve civilians. You may see the RSF attacking civilians and blaming it on the Sudanese army so that they can try to fabricate support among the population for the RSF. If they can have the Sudanese army committing or being plausibly accused of committing atrocities against civilians, then that will help to bolster support among the civilians, in theory, for the RSF, which is something that they might do. But if this situation continues to escalate and the UAE and Saudi Arabia stay on the same side that they started on, both of those countries are going to lose a lot of power and influence. And Sudan will descend into what could end up being a very long period of chaos and violence. We pray for our brothers and sisters in Sudan. May Allah keep you safe. Jazakumullahu khairan wa assalamu alaikum.